been 3 days since Dashie left. The night of her departure, I did something I haven't done in a long time. I went for a walk. Wasn't sure where I was going or how long I walked, but that's what I did. I walked. Now, 3 days later, I'm finding myself out here walking once again. I've been out here for roughly 3 hours, and though it is only 5 in the afternoon, it has grown dark. The storm is brewing, and soon I'll be getting hit by the brunt of it. I turn around to begin my walk home, though I don't rush. My energy these past few days has been non-existent, as I have barely eaten anything more than some toast. I feel so lost as I walk through the woods that surround me in my home. No, our home. It is as much hers as it is mine, and nothing will change that. The rain has begun, but I do not quicken my pace. I just walk, much like I had done so long ago. The distant memories of all my pain and sorrow before Dashie began to seep back into my mind. I haven't had these thoughts in years. The patch of water on the tree leaves help keep me distracted. It's a peaceful sound, one you would never hear in the city. The rain is picking up, as my shirt is now soaking wet. I'm sure I'll be sick tomorrow, so I don't care. I've been sick for 3 days now, a mental illness that's been tearing me apart. My daughter's somewhere out here, hurting, needing some comfort and warmth in this rain. Wish I could be there for her, even though she may not want me to. She may not even want to see me ever again for how she acted. I don't blame her. It must be such a horrible thing finding out your past like that. I can't even imagine what it would be like. I know Dashie is a strong mare and she could pull through, but I also know how she holds a grudge at times. And I'm not even sure that, even if she did come back, she would ever forgive me. Or, more importantly, if I could even forgive myself. It's now pouring out here. The tree canopies are barely holding back any torrential rain as I'm hammered by the water droplets. I stop to look around and find my bearings to return home. I'm not lost. Most of the area is easy to traverse once you get used to it. It's just that I'm also looking for Dashie as I walk. It's the reason why I'm walking in the forest in the first place. I press on, keeping a steady pace through this rain. Suddenly, I spy a large, thick tree. Its stature sticks out among the rest, and from looking at the barely wet grass underneath, I can tell its many branches are holding back even this hard rain. I need to take a break, so I walk under the tree and sit down. The grass is barely wet, with only a few small droplets making their way down. This is the kind of tree I imagine Dashie would hide under in this rain. I wish it to be true, but I saw no sign of her as I approached. I close my eyes and lean against the tree hulk as I think about my life. Our life. Together, as a father and daughter, we have grown so much as a family, and I have been fortunate enough to have very few fights. None of them were as heartbreaking as the one 3 days ago. I feel a tear running down my cheeks as I imagine Dashie's face again. The ring in her eyes mixed with the confusion just tears me apart. I want so badly to make things right or go back in time and stop it from happening, but I can't do either of those. What's done is done. I'm so sorry. I speak out loud, not caring for no one is listening. I'm alone in these woods, besides the wildlife in this rain they are hiding as well. And the ones that aren't are far from a being such as I. I'm just so sorry, Dashie. I continue to cry as I keep my eyes closed, leaning against a tree. The rain continues to pour around me. An occasional drop hits my head, but I don't care. Crack! I open my eyes from the sudden sound and look to my left. I'm shocked at what I see before me. Looking at me with teary eyes herself, Dashie, my little Dashie, covered in birds and trees that along her mane and tail, is standing a couple feet from me. She is wet with both rain and tears. I hadn't heard her approach. Then again, being a Pegasus, she was very quiet and light on her hooves. She doesn't speak, and instead walks over to me, not caring what noises she makes under her hooves. I don't move. I just stay on the ground and watch with my own wet eyes. She looks horrible, and yet so beautiful at the same time. Her coat would need good cleaning though, but that was the least of my worries. Without a word, she sits next to me, not making eye contact as she looks off into the woods. I can only look at her, wishing to hug her tightly and never let her go again, but I hold back, knowing that it would be too sudden. Finally, she is the first to speak. I heard you. Her voice then got quiet as she whispers, and I'm sorry too. I simply smile through my tears. Her stubborn attitude was still showing as she always had difficulties apologizing. Dashie, you have nothing to be sorry about. It's my fault. Simple as that. It seems my point doesn't get across, as she finally looks at me with a sorrowful face. Dad, do you still love me? Now is the time to act. I reach over and grab her, holding her in a tight hug. Of course, Dashie, I've always loved you. I still love you, no matter what. Not even a small fight, such as ours, could ever change that. She returns the hug, and we sit there and cry together. We continue to apologize, me for the truth, and her for raising her voice and storming out. After some time, the rain subsides while we remain under the tree. Dad? Can we go home now? I need a shower bad. I let out a chuckle, and she will laugh as I stand. We make our trip back home. She is smiling again. I am too. I've been giving it some thought, and I think I shall give her birthday present a little early. A ticket to the Indy 500. Yes, I am taking her to the Indy 500. She can simply sit on some clouds and watch while I'm in the stands. I don't even have to get her a ticket, but she needs some sort of reminder of her visit. I'm sure she'll have a blast. And though I don't expect this to make everything right, I can only hope it cheers her up some. But sometime, I'm sure she'll relax and fall down about her being in the cartoon. She's a strong mare and knows she is not real. Not that made up pony from the cartoon. I can only hope push her to believe in that, and hope she does the same to me.